Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Punjabication, the prayer verse, those two verses.
Where is Punjabication?
Yeah, you're muted, Punjabication. Yeah. The two prayer verses, yeah.
See, I shifted from my mobile to computer.
I beg your pardon?
I shifted from my computer to quite some time to get on.
Okay, so you don't have it with you right now.
Yeah, both the things are there, no problem.
Yeah.
No, I am true.
Okay.
Your initial prayer song.
Yeah, the initial prayer, yeah, start.
Om Shanno Mitrasham Varnaha Shanno Bhavat Vachanna Indro Brihaspati Shanno Vishnurukramah Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ridam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tatvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Seventh Anuvagata.
Yeah, that's this thing we completed the
Swarajya Siddhi.
Sixth one, right? Yeah. Yes. We completed the sixth last time. I thought it's pretty fine, no questions, clarification, etc. Okay. Punjabication, seventh and eighth.
Yeah. Pancha Brahmopasana.
Yeah.
Prithyantariksam Jyotishovam Taradisha Agnirvayuraditya Chandrama Nakshatrani Apa Oshadayo Vanaspadaya Akasha Atma Ichhadi Bhudam Atadhyatmam Prano Vyatho Bhanavudana Samana Chachuchotram Manovasvat Dharmamakustakistavasti Macha Edadadi Vidaya Rishiravochate Pam Tavva Idagum Sarvam Pam Taineva Pam Takkas Pranoditi.
Next one also. You can join the next one. We'll take it together.
Prano Upasanam.
Yeah.
Om iti dagum sarvam Om itte dadanakrat siva Abhyo savedya savayanti Om iti samani gayanti Om shomiti satrani shagum shanti Om ityatvat pratigadam pratigranadi Om iti brahma prasadi Om ityakti hotramanujanati Om iti brahmana pravasyanna brahmo vapnavaniti brahmaivo vapnoti.
Okay. Now in the seventh one we are doing, it's what's known as a Panktopasana. Okay. A group of 5. Okay. The group of 5. What is that? Prithiviyam antariksham dhyav dishaha avantara dishaha agnihi vayuraditya chandrama nakshatrani. Apa oshadya vanaspatya akashatma. He is describing the whole creation. Akasha, Vayu, Agna, Prithvi, the Chandrama, Aditya, this, that. This is the cosmos that you see. Yeah. But unlike in science, for us this cosmos is not a inert entity. It is the same Brahman that is manifest in these names and forms. Therefore, it becomes the body of Ishvara. Yeah. The cosmos is the body of the Ishvara. So, Adi Devam, this is the whole thing. Okay. Then Adi and Adi Bhutam is Prithvi, etc. etc. Adi Devam, the heavenly ones. Adi Bhutam is what you see, the environment. So Prithiviyam, etc. That is the environment. Then Adhyatmam, Prano, Vyano, Pano, Udana, Samanaha. Pancha Pranas is mentioning. Because it's the pranas that sustain the body. Any living thing has to be sustained by two entities. Any living thing. One is a mind which forms a part of Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic mind. And the other is the prana, the energy that keeps you alive. That is also part of Hiranyagarbha. Okay? The energy sustains you. That's why you can go for a long time without food and water. Okay? You'll still remain alive because the energy will sustain you. Okay? Okay. Then you are not only made by the Pancha Pranas. Chakshu, Kshotra, Mano, Vak, Tvak. Your 5 sense organs. Without that you can't function. Jan Charmaha, Mamsaha, Nasiyaha, Majjaha. Your skin and bones and sinews and all that. Okay? Okay? Etadi Vidhaya Rishi Uvacha. Pankta eva idam sarvam. So the Rishi is talking about the 5. Cosmic is the Panchabhutas. These Panchabhutas have evolved into your Panchapranas, etc. Those who have missed those lectures of mine, please open up Tattva Bodha. Once you come to the Upanishad, you don't need to be taught Tattva Bodha. You can read and understand it. In Tattva Bodha, there is a process of Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi. Since people are not muting themselves, I think I'll have to mute everyone. So if anyone wants to ask a question, please unmute and ask. Otherwise, too many disturbances coming up. So, from the Panchabhutas, total sattvic aspect, mind, etc. is evolved. From the total rajasic aspect, your Panchapranas, Karmendriyas, Jnanendriya, Panchapranas have evolved. From the individual sattvic aspect of the 5 bhutas, all your sense organs have evolved. One-to-one, there is a one-to-one correspondence. Tattva Bodha will give you that. From the individual rajasic aspect, your organs of action have evolved. Hands, legs, etc. Then the tamasic aspects undergoes a grossification from which the body and the world, etc. has come. If you want to see the one-to-one correspondence, etc., please refer to Tattva Bodha. So, now what is it? The whole thing is a conscious entity. The whole creation is a conscious entity, you are part of that. So, to recognize you are part of Ishvara, the Ishvara's order, the order that is Ishvara. By order, I am not talking about order in regional terms, language terms, or order in English terms as giving an order. No. The structure, the infrastructure. All this is Ishvara. And you are part of the whole thing. As consciousness, you and Ishvara are one and the same. But right now, we are referring to the order of things. Therefore, to see yourself as part of the whole, to feel connected with the whole is another upasana. It's just a feeling of experiential connectedness because you understand your part. In simple terms, if you want to do that meditation in simple terms, without going into details, your body is part of the cosmic body of Ishvara. Your prana is part of the cosmic prana, Ishvara's prana. Your mind part of Ishvara's mind. Your knowledge part of his knowledge. Your ignorance part of his Maya Shakti. So, when you contemplate like this, you feel a sense of connectedness. Again, prepares your mind expansion, a little bit mind expansion happening. If you do it with certain details, energy, etc., then you will find certain mind expansion, etc., happening. And even otherwise, you will find that the recognition that you are part of something much larger. It is still not Advaita, okay? It's still not Advaita, but this is a preparatory upasana for understanding Advaita. How are you going to understand I am everything? Some sort of connectedness at least you have to feel. No? Here we are isolated and disconnected with everything. Modern living spaces are such, you don't even know who your neighbor is. And some flats are such, Swamiji, I don't have a neighbor. Our building is only one flat per floor. Yeah, I mean, we are disconnected. Yeah. Whereas our village living was about being connected. Everyone knew everything. So both has its advantage, both has its problems, okay? Everyone knows everything, there is no privacy. And here there is disconnectedness. That's why high rises bring in a problem of loneliness. Because you just don't know. There are cases where people have died in a flat and until they started smelling, nobody even noticed. Nobody even noticed that someone was dead and things like that. People didn't even notice that someone is dead. Because it's true, no? You don't see people coming in and going out. Probably the only one who sees you coming in and going out is your watchman. So how much of a disconnected life are you living? Yeah. Only the watchman knows what's happening. Okay. Yeah. So all this creates the problem of disconnectedness. And then with this disconnectedness, mind that is feeling disconnected, you are supposed to understand you are everything. मुश्किल है ना थोड़ा? Your experience of disconnectedness. And you have to understand what? I am everything. And you live in a world where you want to be disconnected. Samji, we live in a gated community, we are very security conscious. Okay. 4 buildings in a gated community. You want to cocoon yourself from the world outside. I don't even want to see the slums outside. If it troubles you so much, why don't you do something for them? That will give you some sense of connectedness. I can't relate to that. I can't. Someone whom I know very well, she's not very regular in my classes, but she considered herself my student. She started this program called Male Jol. She was in Tata Institute of Social Sciences. She was heading the child development and this social work and child development section. She was a professor there. So she started this Male Jol. Now what is Male Jol? Children from a municipal school will interact with children of a private school. You should see how many South Bombay parents resisted this movement. We can't traumatize our kids by letting them to know these kids. The kids were happy playing with each other. When it happened in the school, the kids were happy and they related to each other. But when they went home and told the parents, oh, we had some fun time in school. This child lives in one room. Just one room. Oh, everyone, the whole family is staying in one room. Okay. They cook over fire. The parents came to school to stop all this. No, our children are getting traumatized. The children were not getting traumatized. Okay. But the parents felt the children will get traumatized. How much more disconnected you want to be? Forgetting the maids that come to their house to work is from that background. Now tell me, how can I teach this person you are everything? Samjhi, I'm everything minus the slum, minus this, minus that. Then what are you? Samjhi is consciousness, I'm everything. No. Arey, that poverty is mithya. Exactly like how your riches are mithya. Both are equally mithya, no? You came naked into the world. The slum dweller also came naked into the world. And you leave everything here and go away with nothing. The slum dweller also will go away with nothing. For all you know, you may find yourself neighbors in heaven or in hell. फिर क्या करेगा अभी? इधर भी आ गया. Yeah. Think about it. I mean, think about attitudes, feelings, etc. It's important. Okay, some of us are in a position to do something about it. Some of us are not in a position to do anything. That's okay. Yeah. But whatever you can do, it will be good to do. Yeah. If nothing, reach into your pockets and help them out with that, if nothing else. Now tomorrow don't come and ask me. Huh? Swamiji, do you know any organization I can do some voluntary work? Find out. Okay. Yeah. Or sit at home and lament. So, this disconnectedness, in ancient times, this disconnectedness, one way of removing this was Purti karma. Reaching out to people who are less fortunate and helping them out. This is called Purti karma. Everyone did Purti karma because nobody was that big or that small that you can't help somebody else. Yeah. Nobody was that small. Oh yes, Swamiji, it's true. In Ramayana, that story is there, no? How that squirrel helped Rama. Oh, very nice. Years ago, I saw a very nice scene. Yeah. This sophisticated young lady was dressed sophisticated, perfume, this, that, etc., all that. But traveling by bus. The only place available was diagonally across me, and there is a fisher lady sitting in that. There are two people in the seat. No? One lady, there is a fisher lady. So this lady with her high heels, etc., you can't stand in a bus like that. You'll go flying when the bus breaks. So with her handkerchief, she is covering her nose and sitting down there. Okay. And that fisher lady looked at us, smiled, and said. Then when the bus conductor came, that time the bus ticket was $10 or something. So she took a 100 rupee note and gave it to him. Ma'am sahab, chutta nahi hai, 100 rupiya ka. No change for $100. Give me change. Sahab, baat mein dena na, give me afterwards. He went round and came. Change hai, chutta nahi hai, chutta de do. Chutta nahi hai to bus mein kyun aata hai? Utar ja. The conductors sometimes are nice, sometimes are rough like that. I mean, he has to deal with hundreds of passengers like this every day. How do you expect him to be nice and polite and this all the time? So that fisher lady said, Thamba, ye kya? 10 rupiya. Here, take this $10 for her ticket. So now, this young lady is giving her the hand. Ravuda, let it be. She didn't know where to look, what to say. Slowly that kerchief went back into her bag. We learned a lesson that day, Yeah. Because the Kohli community can be sometimes very rich. They will smell a fish because they are dealing with fish every day. Now what to do? You're a fisherman. When you hear of Matsyagandha, you don't bother, no? Vyasa's mother, emperors of India, of Bharata. I'm talking about disconnectedness, okay? Examine your attitudes. Examine your attitudes. Important. Yeah. You're talking about being traumatized. Speak to a street kid and see what their trauma is. I spoke some of it in the camp. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, to overcome all this disconnectedness, olden days, Purti, you reach out and do some things. Plus this meditation. The oneness with everything. Okay. That connectedness with it. It's not really oneness here. It's more of connectedness. More of being in harmony. I am not saying you should give up your homes and your hygienic environment and everything and stay in a slum. I'm not saying that. I only am saying that if you can do something about it, do. If you can, don't fill your mind with a disgust about those things. They are unfortunate people. Yeah. Some negative karma got them there. Okay. And don't be too proud. No, but I did good karma, that's why I'm born in a nice family setup. Correct, but you don't know what karma is waiting in your fate. Next lifetime kidhar rahega? Where will your next lifetime be? Anyone can guarantee? Anyone can guarantee that your next lifetime will be in a well-off place, not in the slums? You can't guarantee. What karma is standing in your account, who knows? Therefore, a natural sense of compassion, kindness, connectedness. They are also human beings. It's like some British author said that when he saw a criminal being taken to the gallows. Okay. But for the grace of God, there goes I. I could have been in that position. God's grace, I am not in that position. Yeah. So to overcome these attitudes and in this type of meditation to see that I am part of the whole Ishvara that is there. Ishvara is the whole cosmic order, Panchabhutas, etc., mind, etc., whole thing. I am part of that. Okay. I have elaborated this cosmic order thing enough, so I am just reminding you all on that. Okay. Okay. If there are any questions, ask, or I'll go ahead. Okay. In today's world, that attitude becomes more primary than actually doing that meditation. Okay, yeah. Because the attitude is what blocks your understanding.
I mean, these are for meditation.
Beg your pardon?
This mantra is for
So the meditation is here, the meditation is in the Gita, cosmic form, that you are part of the whole cosmic form. That's why I said your mind is part of the cosmic mind, your body is part of the cosmic body. That's it. Sit down and think like that. Yeah. You need not be, listen, you need not be sitting cross-legged and eyes closed, etc. for this type of meditation. You can sit in aram se in a chair and think of the whole thing and you being part of the whole thing. You'll find your eyes will automatically get closed. There are certain things that people should try out themselves rather than being spoon-fed. This is one of them. So I want you all to try it out, and next class tell me what you felt. Try it out. Sit down anywhere. Yeah. Don't come and say I didn't do it, I couldn't do it. Try whatever you do and tell me whatever you could. Okay, yeah.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
by which you taught this meditation in the camp?
One second. Don't bring in the camp stuff here now. I'm talking that I gave a chance before. Nobody said anything, so I said I'll go ahead.
No, sir. You said you do this meditation.
I spoke some of these things in the camp. I said, yeah. That was for the people who had attended the camp.
Tell me which.
That was listen to me. That was meant for people who came for the camp to remind them, not for the others.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it. Certain things are you put in greater effort of coming for a camp, you get greater results. Now I can't be doing the whole camp again in a class. It's simple as that. Yeah. What is essential, I'm doing everywhere. Camp is something special. That's why your understanding is one level higher when you come for a camp. So, and the satsang will not be put up, but the videos will be put up. I'll share that much of knowledge. Okay. I don't want to deprive anyone. But at the same time, it is not going to be the same as me saying something here. It's not going to be the same. That's a fact of life. Now, what can I do about it? You do what you can about it. I'm doing what I can about it by putting up the videos. Exactly. Then he is talking about it after that, about how Om influenced every part of the Vedic lifestyle. It is not a mere mechanical chanting of Om, though sometimes if you read this, it may look like that. It is recognizing the sacredness of Om. All of you know how the word Om came about, right? Anyone not knowing that? All that galat to the lips, the sound, how it is a sound symbol for Ishvara, etc. All of you know, right? Yeah, how can I bolo? At least nod.
Yes, Swami. Yes, Swami.
Yeah.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
Swamiji,
Yes?
it's A, U and Ma. Is that what you are saying?
Yeah, and how it came as a sound, not as an alphabet.
Okay.
Remember? Yeah. I've talked about it n number of times. Yeah.
Okay, Swami.
Yeah. Okay, so having said that, so Om becomes a sacred word now. And Om is only a word, it is not meant to be written down. If you need to write down in communication or notes, etc., write Om as A, O, Makara. Don't put that symbol, because then whenever you hear Om, you will be thinking of the symbol, not of Ishvara. That is the tragedy. It is supposed to be only a pratika, not a pratima. A pratika is a sound that symbolizes Ishvara, Bhagavan. A pratima is a murti that stands for Ishvara. There's a big difference between the two. Okay? And Om is supposed to be a sound, not a form. Okay? It's a tragedy that even in traditional places we see Om painted or put everywhere. It's a tragedy. It's not meant to be. You'll see this more when we reach Manduke Karika. Okay? So he starts by saying Om iti Brahman. Ishvara is Om, he says. Okay? And Om iti etadidam sarvam. Om is all this because Ishvara is all this. Om is a name for Ishvara, and Ishvara is everything, therefore Om is everything. Don't tell me about there is a cosmic vibration and that vibration is everything. Reva de. We can take this, okay? Okay. Okay. Then he says, okay. Omityetad anukritariha smava apyo shravyati shravyanti. Om is what keeps all the letters together, he says. In fact, Om is the basic sound of representing all the letters. So everything is resolved into Omkara, he says. Okay? So it keeps everything together, especially all the mantras. No mantra is chanted without Om. Even if you are using other bijaksharas, etc., as part of the mantra, Om is always added to it. Okay? Okay. Then he says, Om iti samani gayanti. Okay. Om iti. Okay. Okay, all are names, therefore dependent on that. Okay. And this is, so you meditate on Om. How will you meditate on Om?
As Ishvara.
As Ishvara, not as the symbol. Okay. Now you are saying why, do you understand why I am saying that you are not supposed to write it down? Not supposed to make a form out of it? One of Swamiji's devotees of all people came and gave me, Swamiji, you wear this on your mala, the mala that I wear. You wear it as a Meru, na? Om. The Swamiji ka devotee hai. Mera student nahi hai, Swamiji, and Swamiji has been speaking the same. Still she comes and gives me this. Elderly lady, she must be what, 85 or 87 or something now. So 20 years back she comes and gives. Because I had taken sannyasa more than 20 years, so she comes in. The Swamiji's devotee, pyar se deta, I don't want to say anything. It's lying down somewhere in the cupboard. I don't even know where exactly it is in the cupboard. But I don't want to keep looking at home. I don't want to keep, Yeah. Maybe I should sell it off and put the money into the trust for the ashram. Yeah. A few grams of gold, kuch paisa to aa jayega, dal dega. Okay. I have to find it now where it is. Okay. Yeah. Therefore, he says, meditate on Om means meditate on Ishvara as everything. Contemplate on Ishvara as everything. Okay. Then Om iti samani gayanti. Now this is connected with a Vedic Homa, an elaborate Homa. Now in an elaborate Homa, you will find the main person doing is generally Yajurvedi. Okay, the person, the Advaryu, will be Yajurvedi. And there will be Rigvedi, and then sometimes the Rigvedi also does it, okay. Samavedi will be there. Atharvavedi also will be there. But in olden times, before Atharva Veda was accepted as part of the whole Vedic knowledge, okay, I have spoken in some Guru Purnima program on this. Maybe sometime later I will tell you the story again. The Veda was considered only three: Rik, Yajus and Samaha. Only three Vedas. Okay. Because the Atharva Veda had things. See, the Veda is supposed to give you knowledge about things what you can't figure out. But Atharva Veda had certain mantras dealing with Dhanurvidya, for example, art of archery, martial training. It was the roots of tantric sacrifices. So many of the rishis like Vasishta, and son Parashara and the others, okay, could not accept that Atharva Veda is part of Veda. How do we? Let us keep the Veda 3. Whereas there were rishis like Mahatarvan Jabali and Shantanu, etc., who said, no, Veda has to be fourfold because it's revealed knowledge, all centered. Some rishi got this knowledge as from Ishvara, therefore this also has to be included. So there was a lot of discussion, debate going on between the two groups. It was Vyasa who sort of harmonized the whole thing. That is why he is called Veda Vyasa, okay, because he resolved this conflict between the two groups. Not because he published the Vedas. No publisher gains that status of Guru of Gurus. Yeah, every organization that talks about Veda talks about it as he wrote down all the Vedas. So, bada kaam kya kiya? Wrote down. Published the Vedas. Huh? So, what are you going to do? Honor Macmillan publisher or what? As Guru of Gurus? This conflict was resolved. Okay. So, but by that time all the rituals were set. So, the Atharva Vedi became the overseer, the one who will oversee the whole thing and see that everything is going according to plan. No mistakes are being made. Plus, a Rajaguru had to be Atharva Vedi or at least have mastered the Atharva Veda even if he is not Atharva Vedi. Because if you are a Rajaguru, you have to know what strategy and warfare is about. Every guru need not know about strategy and warfare. But if you are going to be a royal advisor, you better know. Otherwise, what will you tell? Oh, war is not good. Fighting no good. Yeah. He used to have the sense to understand what strategy is and even pick up arms if necessary. That's what a Rajaguru's job is. So he had to know the Atharva Veda, if not being an Atharva Vedi himself. Okay. That's why names have come. If you find North India's name, Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi, etc., this name came because how many Vedas they had mastered. You don't have Vedi as a name. Why? One Veda everyone is supposed to know. So Veda, your own Veda everyone is supposed to know. What Veda are you born under? वो भी भूल गया अभी आज Okay. Yeah, what is your Veda? Forget mastering it, chanting it, and you don't even know what the Veda is. So, one Veda everyone knew. Dvivedi means they had mastered 2 Vedas. Trivedi, 3 Vedas. Chaturvedi, all the 4 Vedas. Not that modern Chaturvedis have mastered all the 4 Vedas. Some ancestor had done it. Some ancestor had done it. Yeah. Bajpai, surname. It's actually Vajpai, not Bajpai. Vabhayor abhedaha. Between V and B, they are so very often interchanged. So Vajpai is someone who some ancestor again had done the Vajpai Yajna. You have to be a king to do it, okay? Vajpayee was done by kings. Yeah. So, Chaturvedi. So, all this, so in context of this, he is talking about this verse, okay? Om iti samani gayanti. Nowadays, if you go to Shankaramatam, you must go and attend a yaga. Now, you will find a lot of yagas done in Shankaramatam for Navaratri. So, go in the evening for an arti. Now they will say properly, Samagana Priyaha, Samaganam Avadharaya. He will please say, chant the Sama, and he will say it. Olden days there was not there. The Samavedis look, Om iti, Om, Om. He will understand. Samaveda has to be chanted. Om iti Samani Gayanti. So he will also say Om, and then he will start the Samaveda. the sacredness of Om. Om was enough. Okay. Om Shom Shastrani Shasanti. Yeah. Time for the yaga to start. Om Shom, chalo, chalu karo, let it start. Shastrani Shanti. Om iti advaryu pratigiram pratignati. The advaryu, the one who's Yajurvedi, who's going to do that. Okay, or the one who's doing the yaga. Om iti, he'll ask the Brahma, the overseer. Om iti, I'm starting. And the answer also will give you an Om iti. Time to start. Or he'll say Om, Om, Om. Wait. Some other things had to be ready yet. Okay. Om iti. Okay. Om iti Brahma prasauti. Even if there is some things to be pulled up, something is going, not being done exactly like how it is to be done. Some oversight small things are happening. Arey, kya ho raha hai udhar? No. Om. People immediately get, hey, what is it? Corrected. Om iti. Okay. Prasauti. Om iti Agnihotram Anujananti. This is that Agnihotra is every Brahmana was supposed to do Agnihotra at home every day. It will take about half an hour, that's all. Abhi Sandhya Vandanam bhi nahi hota hai. Agnihotram was the thing. Now we are filled all this with Pauranic rituals. Okay, replacement, not a problem. Therefore, Agnihotra when you are doing, you will start with Om. Okay. Om iti Brahmanaha Pravakshannaha Brahmana apnoti vanam iti. Encouraging words are also uttered at Om. It's all going nicely. Om. Chalo, acha. So what the idea is that Om is used for anything. Okay. And when you are studying the Veda, you will start with Om. Why? Because you have to study the whole Veda. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job to study the whole Veda. Voluminous. Okay. Yeah. It's bigger than all your engineering books or your Grace, anatomy, etc. is huge. All that is not easy. Plus there are so many intricacies. Rules of interpretation. Someday if I teach the Artha Shastra somewhere, I'll tell you all about it. How the Vedic interpretations happen. It is there in a book called Artha Shastra. Okay? Artha Sangraha. Like how Tarka Sangraha, there is a book Artha Sangraha. Usme hai sab. Okay? Rules of interpretation. Don't try to read on your own. You'll struggle over it. Okay? Tarka Sangraha is bad enough to read, but at least Tarka Sangraha, we are connected with some logic.
Swamiji.
Yeah? One second.
Swamiji.
Yeah?
Shastra is economics, isn't it?
Artha Sangraha also deals with the rules of Vedic interpretation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not exactly economics.
No.
Okay. Thank you, Swami.
Yeah. Now Artha Shastra in modern times, modern academic times, Artha Shastra also there are books dealing with economics. But the old Artha Sangraha was dealing with rules of Vedic interpretation, etc. Are you getting what I am saying?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay. So, all these, therefore, you will invoke, when you say Om, you are invoking Ishvara. That means anything that is being done, anything that is being said. Now, the example given is only Vedic. What is the logic I have used that Vedic includes the Laukikam, worldly? May you mention worldly things. If you mention Vedic things, worldly things are included. What is the logic for that?
Because the Vedic enhances the worldly.
Yeah, but what is under what logic? This is the logic. I am giving you a hint. Huh? Prathama Malla Nyaya, exactly. The Nyaya of the champion boxer. If you want to be the champion boxer, you have to defeat the champion. You don't have to fight every Tom, Dick and Harry in the world. champion is one, a few others are, challengers are taken care of. Finish, ho gaya kaam. Yeah. You don't have to fight 5 billion people in the world. Yeah. So similarly here, the highest is mentioned. In worldly things also it is involved. Yeah. I mean, nowadays, no one really keeps it up. To an extent, sadhus keep it up. Greetings are also Om. Okay. Yeah. Hari Om became later, okay? The original thing was Om. Yeah. Because they couldn't relate to Om alone as Ishvara, they started adding Hari. Okay. Yeah. But you will deal it with sacredness, not make a joke out of it. Okay? In some way, sadhus are going Om. Okay? That's it. Om. Chalo. Understood. Ishvara. Ishvara anugrahena sarvam bhavati iti. Sacredness. Then people make a joke of it. That's a Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. There's no sacredness. You know. Yeah. Certain things are sacred and you have to treat it as sacred. You can't make a joke out of it. Yeah. Though here when I was translating and this thing, it looked commonplace. It is not. Om is Ishvara. And Ishvara is sacred, treat it with sacredness. Until you come to a level where your bhakti can be iconoclastic. Yeah. Like how sometimes I joke, Arey yaar, before joining the ashram, I have not even thrown a flower at the Lord. Yeah. You can joke like that. If you come to the level of Vedanta teacher, you can. A Vedanta teacher, how? By doing an intensive, immersive course, minimum 3 years, and not through modern Vedanta, through traditional Sampradaya with, and then you feel sufficient nishtha in yourself, then joke about it, not before that. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Because I have heard all these things, groups mein, you know. Certain things are sacred, treat it as sacred, you know. Yeah. Now, to be iconoclastic is also a part of bhakti. If there is bhakti backing it up, it is fine. Like I heard this person singing this song, you know, very nice. तू ईश्वर है, मैं मक्कार हूँ, तू सत्य है, मैं झूठी हूँ. तुम समदर्शी है. And what does he say for example? Something he said, you know. मैं हराम हूँ, हराम हूँ. Okay?
Vikalpadarshi.
Huh?
Vikalpadarshi.
तू listen. तू समदर्शी हूँ, मैं हराम हूँ. तू मालिक है, मैं सेवक है. तू मालिक है, मैं हराम है. हराम के मालिक तू ही है. हराम के मालिक. Kadri brothers. I don't remember all the words, okay? I think Shaboni will remember all of it. And he goes on, haram ke malik tu hi hai. Correct, hai na? What was Krishna? Now that is coming out of a sense of bhakti. It looks iconoclastic, but actually it is coming out of a sense of bhakti. If your bhakti is like that, not a problem. But not a joke. Okay? I heard that person singing the way he was singing, I said, this character is full of bhakti. He's talking all this thing, but the bhava is full of bhakti there. That I can recognize. I may not recognize the fineness of the music and the ragas and this. This ear can't even pick it up, all that. But I'll never miss the bhava behind the whole thing. I'll never miss the bhava. Bhava I am familiar with. Yeah. So there's a lot of bhava in the person. Yeah. He was in tears when he was singing this. So, that type, if you're coming out of bhakti, it is fine. Yeah. Yeah. So even when, somebody asked me after that, Swamiji, what are you saying? You're not even thrown a flower at the Lord. Correct. Even those days when I didn't throw a flower at the Lord, okay, I was at his service, okay, in the form of the nation. But, death or injury was no issue. हो जाएगा. भगवान है साथ में क्या फर्क पड़ता है. Bhakti was there. If that strong bhakti is there, then you can be like that. Okay. And sometimes when some people do the puja, it will look as though they are throwing a flower at the Lord. Have you ever seen a tantric doing a puja? Next time, if I ever get a tantric puja organized in Bombay, I'll tell you all. It will be interesting to see how they do it. Very powerful pujas, okay? The Lord is in front. You can sense the presence of the Lord, of the deity that's being invoked. But the movements are all very jerky. Some are smooth flowing, some are very jerky, because that's how the energy is moving them. Yeah. So they'll throw the flower, come on, throw the kumkum, om, hum, fat, and they'll throw the kumkum. It's out of bhakti, out of the energy moving it. So what are you throwing? Hota hai. Yeah. It involves that. Okay. It involves that, yeah. So, sacredness and devotion has various aspects to it. Okay. Take what is the most comfortable for you all. Each one takes what is the most comfortable. No person can take everything. So many meditations are said. No person can take everything. Okay. No person can take everything. A few things, like I said about that vulnerability, that sky above, earth below, that's a good thing for people to do. A lot of things will come out from the subconscious. Otherwise, japa dhyanam and focusing on silence awareness, sakshi, and then going nididhyasana is good. It will take care of everything. Okay. If you want to do more and experiment, please do. In the field of meditation, most experimentation will not be doing any harm, except some energy work that don't go into, like certain things I pointed out, don't go into that, because that can create issues. Otherwise, any type of meditation you try out, you will gain something out of it in terms of your mind. Even Reiki is a form of meditation. It's a form of meditation, because you are invoking Ishvara, His grace flowing through you, and then you are trying to send that grace to somebody else. That somebody else is a problem area, because you don't know how to protect yourself from the negative energies that can flow into you. So as long as you are doing it for yourself, you are fine. Don't do it for somebody else. Most Reiki people end up with problems themselves because of that. They don't know how to take protection. And there are ways of taking that protection. Now don't tell me, please teach that. Huh? No. Stick to Vedanta. That's important. Stick to the meditations that will help you understand the truth. That's the important thing. Otherwise, there are 101 things you can learn in the world. 101 things you can learn. Where all are you going to learn, and what all are you going to do? And what are we here for? To know the truth. Okay. Having said this much, the next verse deals with a valedictory address when the students are passing out of the Gurukula. Okay. It also gives an indication what type of a life to lead. Okay. What type of a life, how to lead a Vedic life, some guidelines it gives. Okay. But that we will see in the next class. But before we end,